Hi, this is Dan LaMontagne. It's Wednesday, June 2nd, 2010. Well, it's been a little while since I've made my last video, and I did promise that I would discuss a little bit about investing in the next video that I made. So today I am going to discuss a little bit about investing and what I think are good investments and what I think are bad investments. But I think also something important to bring up in this video is the recent news of Beck and the controversy over Goldline. Now, if you haven't heard the story already, Goldline is a gold company that was endorsed, or actually still is being endorsed by Beck. It sells gold coins and gold bullion for what it claims to be investment purposes and numismatic purposes, which is coin collecting purposes. Now, before I get into the investing section of the video, I'll basically give you the synopsis. So what happened was there was a politician, I believe it was a senator, who pointed out in pretty plain English that Goldline was massively overcharging its customers. It had something like, the way he put it, it's basically a 50% markup on gold, and the fact that it claims to be an investment company is, in his opinion, fraud because well, not fraud, but it's deceptive because the gold company is, you're clearly not getting a good investment if you're going to purchase gold at 50% above its spot price. So I think he's absolutely right, and it's actually sad that capitalism may end up killing Beck, which is the irony because Beck is such a proponent of capitalism, but as it should. I mean, I do really like Beck and his views, and I agree with what he says, but anyone who's familiar with capitalism and the way it functions is that consumers do not return to untrustworthy vendors. And it just so happens that Beck is now becoming associated with an extremely suspicious business. So, I mean, Goldline, its business practices have come under great question in terms of whether they sell gold ethically and competitively. And Beck is promoting the company. Now, granted, I don't believe he's doing so in any malicious fashion. I believe Beck is a proponent of gold because he believes that gold is a good investment. But the fact that he is a proponent of Goldline, he's either naive, which I doubt, that Goldline is massively overcharging its customers, or he's just trying to turn a blind eye. I have no idea how he's justifying this in his head, or if he's just trying to hope that the whole thing's going to go away. But I really don't see this boding very well for Beck. I do hope that someday people do realize that a person can make a mistake in who they endorse and still maintain a credible voice in the world, because I think Glenn has extremely valuable input in the world today. So anyway, I would say that Beck may be in major trouble with this issue with Goldline. Now, in regards to investing, I think that for starters, I mean, gold is an excellent, whether or not Goldline is a good company or not, gold is still an excellent investment. I think that there are many companies you can buy gold from. For example, I purchased through Kitco, which is it's a company that sells gold in pool accounts. There's you can buy the physical metal. You can also just do it through a dealer. Maybe just try to barter your way to a good price, or not barter, but haggle your way to a good price. But there's a lot of different ways you can purchase gold. I think gold is an excellent investment. I don't think you should be purchasing U.S. equities right now, especially financial stocks. I know that those are, potentially big money makers in the short term. The speculative outlook on those is potentially very good because right now there is such pessimism in the market. It's possible that in the short term, some of the suppressed financial stocks could take a major swing upward, but I don't believe that that is a good investment because by definition, investments are long-term uses of your money for the purpose of developing wealth for the future. Now, if you're looking to speculate, to guess, to see whether or not you can make money in the short term, by all means, spin the wheel and try financial stocks in the United States, but I don't recommend it for investment purposes. I just don't think market timing is a great way of making money. I think that it's much better to go with the slow but still very profitable method of investing in the long term. Now, for the long term, like I said, I don't think that U.S. equities, specifically financial stocks, are any good. I think you want to invest in companies that have their roots abroad, either through you can do it in an exchange traded fund,